you guys can see, I'm not at home. I'm in LA. I'm only here for the weekend, so I probably can't work on the FC. But just a couple updates that's happening to the car. I did buy a lot of stuff this time. So I did buy finally coilovers, wheels, a whole Ford 8.8 rear end, which means I'm gonna have to get custom axles, which I got. Modify the drive shaft. So I don't know when that's going to be able to be finished. Probably the next time I come back. I do need to finish a roll cage as well because we only finished pretty much the 4-point. So we need to finish the 6-point by just going through like the windshield and stuff, or like behind it, I mean, to have it like Formula D spec. The other thing I bought for the car, and thanks to Aaron at home for giving me this, but I finally have an extinguisher. I bought a mount for it, which unfortunately did not come time from Amazon, but pretty much it's one of those that just latches on here. So what I'm probably gonna do is just have it right on the crossbar. So I'll have my, my harnesses wrapped there. I'll eventually buy a harness that's the exact same one on this side. And then yeah, probably like in the middle of the crossbar, I'm just gonna have this guy like pretty much just mounted like this. So right on the bar. I think it'll look good. I know some people like put it right underneath their seat or right in front of like their passenger seat. I personally like that look better, and it's closer for me to reach just in case anything, happens. But yeah, mainly just, like I said, wheels and tires. I really hope I have time to at least slap the coils on. I don't even know if I can even do that just because of my plans this time. God, how I missed you so much. It's been too long. Thank you, Jets, to my homie for starting her up. It's been about a month since he did, and ever since the last time I came here. It's just really bad to have E85 sit. A lot of you guys know that. Just issues with that would be like, sticky injectors. If the fuel lines are not supported, the inside of the fuel lines could be, starting to shred. Thankfully, my fuel cell is compatible now for it. At least the sponges inside are. So everything is good. Thanks again, man. She sounded so good. Alright guys, we are finally back in business. So if you guys remember, the whole issue I had with this bag, this original bag was punctured, and this was just caused by the fitting being, completely down and just kind of jabbing into it when it was airing out. So finally, it took about a little over a month from Yellow Speed Racing to send me a replacement, because these are made to order and they do not have this already like in stock. So kind of makes sense because not a lot of people bag their RX7s. But finally got this in the mail today. I'm gonna be slapping this on actually tomorrow. It's just kind of late anyways, and the most what I'll do right now is to put this back onto this guy, so that way this will be ready for tomorrow. So pretty easy, just a quick rundown. Pretty much this has threads right here, and I'm gonna be threading it all the way to here to where I left the mark last time. So if you guys can kind of see where I marked, it's kind of hard to tell, but you see how it's kind of silver right here on the threads. So I try to use, you know, some sort of like silver metallic permanent marker as to just, you know, mark where I left this collar on. I also have a note, little post-it note that I made just in case I can't find a mark. It says from top of spindle to bottom of spindle is about 2.91 inches, and I just used pretty much a caliper to find out the distance between the two. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that right now. And quick little thing I just wanted to say, I'm really happy that they upgraded my fittings, because this is the old one I had, and actually this is I actually had to replace the original one that came with this with a Home Depot one, because the original one that came with this was just really bad, and it just snapped apart. I don't even know what material it was, but I think that was aluminum. This is like brass, but they gave me even a better fitting, and this includes the quick disconnect. So many of you guys might know what this is, but when the line is in here and you push this guy inwards, it'll release the line out of the fitting. So it's a really nice quick disconnect if you wanted to. Obviously you don't want it to quickly disconnect while you're driving, but they did it to where it takes a decent amount of like force to push it in. Anyways, I just felt like that was a nice upgrade as far as fitting goes, so I'm probably gonna hit them up to get more of these guys for like the rest of the other 3 fittings. Also, one last thing, I'm sorry I keep saying one last thing, but I just wanted to share, I finally got my exhaust tip upgraded on the Miata. I just could not stand how the small little dinky puny 2.5 inch piping was from Goodwin Racing. Specifically for the exhaust that I have is the Goodwin Racing Roadster Sport Race. So if you guys have that exhaust or know what it is, it's just pretty much a piping that looks like that right there, but just goes all the way across, and that's 2.5 inches right there. So I went to my buddy's shop and just told him, hey man, like just cut off the existing part of the 2.5 and replace it with, which is from 2.5 to 3.5. So it's a 1 inch difference in size, and I just feel like it looks so much better. You can see the original size right there. It's hardly noticeable as far as like, you know, the quality, but the welds itself look really good. Alright, it's the next day, nice and sunny outside. Just took a little quick thumbnail picture of old versus new, the FD in the back. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and take off the stock suspension that Socket Bomb gave me. In the meantime, thank you guys for that, just so I can get back on the road. But you know what's funny is that, you know, when I'm airing out on all 3 sides and when I'm airing up, it's almost like it looks all even all around, which is kind of crazy because, you know, again, this is a stock suspension. So but anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and take off the A-arm and disconnect it from the bottom right here, and that should allow this to be able to swing out, and of course taking the top 3 bolts. But yeah, let's go ahead and get started on the process. Alright, update on what's going on. I replaced it finally, so it's just a matter of buttoning up like the bolts for the A-arm and the bolt for this guy on the lower control arm. So a trick, if you guys ever took this out, you know, with whatever coilover or stock suspension, you want to take off the A-arm and save yourself so much trouble, because that is what determines being able to wiggle it out. Obviously having the bolts up top loosened or out completely, but taking the A-arm will save you so much time, because I've tried to do it before with the A-arm on and it's impossible. So I noticed also on the previous fitting on the line, this was obviously from before, but this was the fitting, so I have to take this off completely and or cut it and replace it to this guy. So like I mentioned earlier, it's more of just you push it in, or sorry, you put the line in, and if you want to take it out, you push this guy in to, you know, quickly disconnect your line. But yeah, everything should be good to go. Once I have everything buttoned up, I'm gonna lock these collars and tighten up the top and put this guy in the fitting, and yeah, give it a little test and see if there's any leaks or not. Everything's good to go. Put the line on, so now it's finally at like a angle and not straight down. So this swivels, which is nice, so it's flexible. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and slap the wheels on, give it a good pressure test, and see how she does. Alrighty, moment of truth. See if she leaks. So far so good. Usually if there's a leak, you'll see this number. You'll see this number glow yellow, but it's white, so it should be good. Alrighty guys, well that's pretty much it. I mean, it's holding pressure, there's no leaks. I'm really happy. It's finally backed on all fours. Probably gonna go test drive it like later on just to see with the pressure rising and dropping constantly, so see if there's any leaks going on. But yeah, that's pretty much it guys. I'll catch you guys later and I will keep you guys updated as always. See ya.